taking the girls out of school. And we've decided to go for it.
We're going full-time family travel.
Are they indeed morons? That is a question that we have to ask ourselves. Are they morons like the rest of them, or are they in fact just a lovely family? This is the Hutchinsons, and they are on the travels. In fact, they've been travelling for the last 2 years. They've set up shop over in Asia at the moment. They have 112,000 subscribers, so they're doing okay. Not too bad, not too shabby. But they have sold up their entire life and buggered off to Malaysia and Hong Kong and all sorts of places in that neck of the woods.
In the process of literally packing everything up, we're nearly there, and in 2 weeks' time we leave on the adventure of a lifetime, all 5 of us together.
In 2 weeks' time, I don't know why we're really celebrating this, but we will be homeless.
Yes.
And that was indeed the risk you had to take, wasn't it? You had to become homeless to find yourselves. And not only that though, you in the process made your 3 children homeless in what can only be described as a risk. And the question is it a risk worth taking when you have 3 young children?
Most of the world,
as much as we
or
can.
showing the girls what is out there for them to explore. I think we're on this planet, and I think there is so much to go and see.
There is. There really is, and it's been a massive dream of ours to do this. And obviously, we've got the 3 girls. We've got Olivia, who's 9, Scarlett, who's 6, and Bella, who's 2. And it's sort of like, you know, when is the right time to do it? Do we wait until...
Do we wait until they're self-sufficient and go do it ourselves?
Yeah.
No, because we're a family of 5
Yes.
for a reason. We want to experience these things with them.
I'm not going to lie, it sounds like a good idea to an extent, you know, getting your kids all over there in Asia to explore the world, different cultures and everything like that. It's not your regular Dubai or anything like that, so I'm quite, you know, I'm listening at least.
The girls and their age now is their only time they're ever going to be this young. They're never going to be...
Never a truer word said there. Never a truer word said. It's the only time they're ever going to be this young. Next year, it's the only time they're ever going to be that young as well. This is the only time you are ever going to be this young. It's quite a prophetic thing to say, isn't it? That you're only that one age at any one time, at any time, once, ever.
Young again. That's it. They grow up and time is done. So we've got to take this chance now.
That is another reason why this idea has been birthed, and we decided to take the chance now. Now at the ages that we are all at, we are very united, and we're very much a unit.
They're very much a united unit, and they're united in the unitedness. They're units. He's actually quite a big unit, isn't he, that bloke? Anyway, yes, they're all that age once, and you're a unit, and you're a united unit. And yes, the children. Now, speaking of the kids, the problem here that I see it is that they lose a lot by going away just as a unit, right? Because you lose out on friendships and things that you would do, playing out with your friends and doing other things, you know, when you're that young, you know, a lot of socialising. Now, can they socialise over there in Malaysia? Yes, of course, they can do that. But will they be stopping in the one place long enough in order to do that? Time will tell, and time will also show that no, it doesn't look like they are doing that. But, you know, that's a trade-off, isn't it? Mummy, daddy's dream, kids, childhood friendships and things like that, you know. Someone's got to give somewhere, don't they?
Now, with the way that life runs at the moment, is the girls go to school, I go to work. I work less hours so that I can then look after them after and around school. But then Chris is working until 9 o'clock at night.
I find it lovely, though. I see a lot of the Inghams in these. You know, they've got 3 young girls, the way that the Inghams started out. And they've also got a man of the house called Chris. You know, you couldn't get that much closer to being the Inghams if you tried, really, could you?
Some of the nights. And then sometimes Chris comes home so I can go out to work.
Yeah.
And it's just all a bit like... feel like I'm missing the girls. Olivia turned 9 the other month, and I was like, wow.
Where's that time gone? Where's the 9 years gone?
Yeah, I feel like the way that life comes, you feel like you start on Monday and you're just like, okay, just got to get through this week to Friday.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that shouldn't be what life is.
No.
We shouldn't be going, let's just get through.
Agreed, absolutely agreed. That's also another thing that Chris Ingham is well known for, is his views on life, you know. One life, live it. I believe these even used the phrase one life, live it at one point. So I'm not sure if they were avid Ingham fans or if they used it before the Inghams did.
Started this journey 3 weeks ago, leaving the UK to live in Malaysia.
Side note, I used to know someone who was from Malaysia. So I may have a distorted view on how nice Malaysians are. That's a story for another day. But yeah, they've gone to Malaysia and they look like they've got a nice apartment.
Come on in to our lovely apartment. I thought I'd give you a little tour around so you get to know what it looks like. As you come into the main room, lovely and spacious here.
Looks like they're all set up and everything, and the kids are doing homeschooling from home as well, so it's not just all fun and games.
And the girls are homeschooling right now. Say hello to everybody in the UK, girls.
So from the onset, it looked very wholesome, very educational, not just in the homeschooling that they were doing, but with the cultural differences that they were learning, the gaining experience from being in this other culture, and they were trying new foods and they were experiencing everything around them, and they were showing it off on the vlogs, and it looked very wholesome and authentic travel type vlogs. Very impressed from the start.
So the prawn meat is definitely cemented in its body. That was hard to get off. But this is my first ever tiger prawn. This is what I love about Malaysia. We've just visited an incredible temple and got that experience. Now we're having a fresh tiger prawn that's just been barbecued on the side of the street. It's full of chili, full of garlic. I've never had this before. I've had small prawns, but here we go. Wow. Wow. So much taste.
After they'd been out there for a while, they even garnered attention nationally over here in the UK for having sold up their family, or their family home, and moved out to Asia, and they appeared on Lorraine of all programmes.
You know, obviously more time together as a family, that's fantastic, but you did both quit your jobs, you know, you both were working. So how do you finance your lifestyle? How do you manage to do that? Are you living off savings or what happens?
In the start, we sold our house, we sold our cars, we literally sold everything. And we had like a budget from the house sale that was our travel budget, if you like. We put some money from the house sale aside just in case we have to come back in the future or restart again. But we built up our social media and our content creation, and now we thankfully managed to fund ourselves through that, which is amazing.
Oh, that's really good that you can actually make that work for you, enjoying the experience and documenting the experience, and then you can make it work for you in a financial way too. Lots of people would be asking the obvious question, which is, you take the children out of school, how are they, I mean, obviously they're getting an awful lot of experience just in travelling, different cultures, all of that. But when it comes to reading, writing, arithmetic, are you having to do that yourselves?
Yes, definitely. I feel that world schooling is absolutely fantastic. Us going to these locations and learning.
But it wasn't just that, was it? They were gathering attention from all over the place. They commented this on the Ingham family, Sarah Ingham's Instagram post recently, in fact. It turns out that they are following Sarah Ingham on Instagram. Besties, by the looks of things. Sarah's even following them back. It couldn't be getting any better for the Hutchinson family clan, could it? And not only that, but the piece de resistance, they had a comment from our very own Zoe Sullivan on one of their posts. This looks so amazing. Congratulations on your play button, said Zoe. Definitely following Hutchinsons. They're all fans together, child exploiters all together, right? They all hang around the same places. So the question I have, now they have 112,000 subs and they seem to be doing okay for themselves, but they packed up and moved away on the basis of what is what I wanted to know. Right now the subs are doing well, the views are doing okay, but when they went away, how well were they doing on their channel? Had they uploaded on their channel previously? It seemed like they had to me, so I went digging to find out exactly their position social media wise before they went away. So this is the Hutchinsons YouTube channel page as it stood in February 2023, just 1 month before they uploaded their first travel, living abroad, embargo scenario saga, right? As you can see here, just 1 month before they left, they only had 8.03 thousand subscribers. That's not an awful lot to be living on, right? That's poor. So they didn't even know that they had potential to do well on their YouTube. They were really going off on a whim here completely. And if we look at the views on their videos around that time, we can see here that their standard views, 236 views, 484, 5.1 thousand. This was just for days out, a couple of trips overseas and things like that. The Isle of Wight here, 5.8 thousand. They went to South Africa and got less than 1,000 views. So for them to think that there was some potential is absolutely astounding. I mean, obviously there's always potential and they could have done well. It seems like the risk may have paid off, I don't know. But they did do okay on some videos. Like the highest viewed video on their channel was 123,000 views, there's just a few snippets of possibilities where they thought maybe we have the potential, right? What I don't get though is what made them think that they oh yes. It seems, guys, that their youngest is in fact a YouTube baby. So if you had any doubt over whether or not these were just authentic traveling family. You know, they're just traveling and they're filming their kids experiencing the travel. No, one of their children was born on YouTube, full labour and delivery during COVID, 19,000 views. I mean, that really should have told you everything you needed to know, isn't it? Only 19,000 views for a birth vlog. But that just goes to show exactly what they're all about. They were vlogging and pimping out their children long before they took this leap of faith to the other side of the world. But if we compare that of old to their newer videos to see exactly how they're doing now, as we can see from the most recent videos, they're not doing that great view-wise. 10,000 views from 5 days ago. Now, 5 days is long enough to get your proper views in for that particular video. The previous one is 11,000. And then you've got 21, 25, 21. There's one there in 49. But in general, you can see that the views they're fairly stagnant, I would say. Not doing great. They're doing okay. I mean, they're better than mine, obviously. But they're, the fact that they're living overseas and they're relying on this income from YouTube and obviously the other social medias as well, it doesn't seem like it's doing amazingly well. They're only uploading around about twice a week, so it's not like they have a lot of views per week either. It's I mean, they're obviously doing okay. They're still over there. The content seems fine, I guess, to an extent, if you like that sort of thing. It seems to have migrated from more travel-based vlogs when they first arrived to now it's a lot of challenge-based vlogs overseas. So the content, in my view, has changed, and it's changed for a reason. It's because they want more views. They want to attract that type of clientele to their channel and try and get those, like the kids viewing now. Because let's be real, there's a vast difference between the content that they were putting out at the beginning, where it was all very authentic and travel and educationally, experiencing that side of the world, to Aussie gas stations, right? That there's two completely different types of clients or viewers that you'd be looking for from those two types of vlogs. And the risk, maybe they figured that the travel based vlogs were not pulling in the amount of views that they wanted, and they're trying to up the ante, and in my opinion it's still not working. But it's interesting to note that. So obviously we're going down the child exploitation rabbit hole here, and I'm making claims that they are exploiting their kids, and I haven't shown an awful lot of that on this video so far, but they clearly are. They have previously, as I showed before, done a childbirth vlog, and in general they show their kids in the pools and things like that. And just obviously generally vlogging their children in general, right? And that's exploitation. They're using their kids in order to earn money. Obviously the parents are also participating in the vlogs, but the kids are a big drawing factor. Make no mistake about that. But if you had any doubts over the exploitation, then this next clip, where one of the children is doing a voiceover, shows exactly how much they are being put to work.
This temple was built in 1845, and its main feature is the 33-meter long reclining Buddha.
And that just goes to show that they are doing scripted content, which is work, right? But not only that, but they actually have their own YouTube channel, the sisters, the Hutchinson Sisters. They have their very own YouTube channel. That's right. It's not got that many subs, 2.89k subs, and they don't upload very often, but it is there on the internet for the world to see. And they are being used for money and views and everything else.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm Scarlett. I'm Bella. And we are the Hutchinson Sisters. Yeah! Well,
but along with the channel comes the creepy type comments. This one saying, nice young YouTuber, which is weird because all three of those children, 2, 6 and 9 years of age at that point, right? Those are the ages. And this one is even weirder. You go, girls. You go make a great story for the world. Uncle Rids from KL. Uncle Rids. Yeah, there's your uncle, guys. Your uncle, innit? This is the youngest YouTuber in my knowledge. Wonderful girl. See, these are obviously, a lot of them are probably from Malaysia and places like that. But even still, it's just weird. The girls has all grown up. Good job, girls. That's very a weird comment in my opinion. That one is cute girls. Nice to hear from their perspectives. Enjoy KL, girls, guys. So the problem here is that this channel shouldn't even have comments on, so I have no idea how it's managed to get it, because it's purely kid-oriented comments or kid-oriented content. The Hutchinson family are back. Wow, the kids getting pretty and beautiful. Nice to see all in town. Yeah, absolutely. But you see what I mean? Those comments, they shouldn't be directed at children, right? And yet they have them up there. They don't care about them being up there. They probably encourage them being up there. And no, because these kids are 9 and under, there's no reason for one single person on YouTube to comment on their channel. Not one single person, because they're not even old enough to have people old enough to comment, right? Say for example, they're children that are following them. The kids don't have accounts to comment, right? And no adult should be commenting on the kids who are 9 and under. End of story. They shouldn't even be watching them. And yet they've not only got full-grown adults watching them, but commenting all that shit about them. So that's the type of thing that you're going to draw attention to. You're going to draw in from putting your kids out there online and trying to use them for money. Yes, your content used to be travel oriented and trying to show the world, your kids exploring the world, gaining knowledge from different cultures and stuff like that. But now it's switched to challenges, like that dice roll challenge that I saw on your channel. Get in from different places in the quickest possible time, or whatever it is that you're doing, and you've got your kids spending a lot of time being used, and even at times scripting the content, directing themselves on the camera, so it's not just you filming them in the background or anything like that. Your kids are actually participating in the scripted videos, and that means that you're setting them to work. Are they doing any homeschooling still? Maybe, but a lot of it is just down to trying to earn the money to stay out there, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know how much you sold the house for originally, but surely it's got to be in its hundreds of thousands in order to justify even taking a risk Because at the end of the day, what happens when YouTube fails? What happens if your channel failed? But what happens when YouTube fails? What happens when family vlogging and vlogging your kids is outlawed? What happens then? What do you do for money then? Maybe go back home. But you said you had savings. Do you still have those savings? Have you dipped into them? Who knows? Anyway, that's just my take on this Hutchinson family, brought to my attention mainly because they were commenting on the Inghams, and I thought I'd check them out, so I did, and yeah, loved what I saw. Child exploiters all hanging around in a team, in a group, in a corner, the corner of nobody wanting, the corner where nobody wants anybody. The corner that nobody wanted. Something like that anyway. Until next time, please give this video a massive thumbs up. Comment all of your thoughts about it down below. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, take care and bye-bye.